Babu, Professor of the Department of General Surgery, a dedicated surgeon and a great teacher, to give the welcome address.
Good afternoon to one and all who are present in the dais and off the dais. It's my immense honor to give a welcome address to our white coat ceremony for MBBS students for batch 2021. So first of all, I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Subhash Chandra Parijasa, for this white coat ceremony in his busy schedule. And it's our honor to welcome my guru and our mentor, ever smiling Professor Robinson Smythe sir, for this white coat ceremony. And always our next door and our dean sir for here to give any advice to all of us. I would like to welcome Professor Sitish Ghosh sir for this function. And I'd like to welcome my friend and Professor Batmavati ma'am, Vice Principal Student Sapa, who is known for her friendliness to all of you for this white coat ceremony. I would like to welcome all the heads of the department and particularly heads of the Department of Preclinical Year and faculties of Preclinical Year. And the major thing and the important persons for this white coat ceremony, which is going to be the uniqueness for your life, which you are going to be throughout your life. The students and batch 2021 of our family of MGMCRI, and parents who are on the Zoom, and faculties who are seeing this program on the Zoom. So it's my immense pleasure to welcome you all. So be here and enjoy your day. We have a white coat which is going to be throughout your life, along with your life. Thank you. Welcome you all again.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. Now I kindly request everyone to stand for the College Anthem.
MGMCRI, our alma mater. You lead us to glory and a shining future.
Evolution of a healer through seasons of spring and winter, up and down the waves of an ocean. You lead us to a grand destination. You're the wind within our sails through sunshine and rain, through days of ecstasy and moments of pain. You're a temple of learning, a noble fortress of healing. Starry-eyed, we reach your portals and realize the dream of laurels. You sow the seeds of wisdom and gentle compassion within the soul of the souls with tireless devotion. Teach us to drive away the pain and sorrow. Drive away the pain and sorrow. You turn us into torches for tomorrow. Torches for tomorrow. And with a smile we'll serve the sick and weary. We'll serve the sick and weary. We'll lead the war on mortal misery. The torches for tomorrow. The flame you kindle with fervor will burn bright and strong forever.
Forever and ever.
Now, I request Vice Principal Curriculum, Professor Ganesh Babu CP, to introduce the Phase 1 HODs.
So good afternoon. So it's my honor to introduce all heads of department of Phase 1 MBBS. So first of all, I'll like to introduce our anatomy HOD, Professor Dr. Chandra Plip, who has immense experience in anatomy. He's a very dedicated teacher and so friendly HOD for you all people, hopefully. And anyway, Madam will introduce their faculty a little later. And next, I would like to introduce Dr. Sumati, who is a professor and head of biochemistry, who has done her MBBS from Stanley and MD from MMC, who has got a teaching experience of more than 25 years. And to be frank and to be honest also, all three pre-clinical heads are so friendly and so approachable throughout the year 24/7. So it's my really pleasure to introduce all three here. And I would like to introduce Dr. Janith Berlin, who is professor and head of physiology, who is to be, he is my student in his undergraduate time. Anyway, it's my immense pleasure to introduce all of them. Now they'll introduce their own faculty to you to recognize and to approach them at any point of time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I kindly request the HOD of Anatomy, the sweetest of all, Dr. Chandra Philip ma'am, to introduce the eminent faculties of the Anatomy Department.
Good afternoon to all the newcomers. I welcome you all to our institute and I thank you for choosing MGMCRI to do the MBBS course. I would like to introduce my faculty members. Dr. Sadish, professor. He has more than 10 years of experience. Dr. Prabhavati G, professor. She has more than 9 years of experience. Dr. Anita Nancy T, associate professor. She has more than 9 years of experience. Dr. Nirmal Kumar K, assistant professor of anatomy. He has more than 7 years of experience. Dr. Kalyana Panchakshari, assistant professor. She has more than 6 years of experience. Dr. Jayanti, she has more than 8 years of experience. Mr. Etiraj, he has more than 5 years of experience. Dr. Uma A.N., Madam has joined the institute since the year 2006. She has more than 15 years of experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request the HOD of Biochemistry, our beloved Dr. Sumati ma'am, to introduce the eminent faculties of the Biochemistry Department.
Good afternoon to all. Welcome to you 2021 batch students. I would like to introduce my department faculties now. So everybody will be knowing our, he is our professor, registrar sir, Srinivasan, Dr. Srinivasan, PhD, and he is having more than 20 years experience in this institute. And Dr. Rita, she has done her MBBS in Karnataka and MD from same institute, MGMCRI. She is one of the good professor in our department. And Dr. Kulkarni Sweta, she is also from Karnataka and MD also did in Karnataka. She is having more than 10 years experience. And Dr. Santosh Kumari madam, she is has UG in Government Medical College, Coimbatore, and also MD from Sri Venkateswara Medical College. More than 7 years experience she is having in the UG teaching and PG also. And Dr. Revati, she has done her UG from this MGMCRI and MD in JIPMER. She is having more than 5 years experience. She is alumni of MGMCRI. And Dr. Kulandevelu, he is assistant professor, MSc PhD, and he is having more than 10 years experience. Then Dr. Jayanti, again, madam is having more than 10 years experience from PhD done here only. And Dr. Vigneshwaran, he is alumni of JIPMER, having more than 5 years experience in teaching. And Mrs. Satya, she has also done her degree in MGMCRI, and she has teaching experience more than 5 years here. And Mr. Ramachandran, sir has done his PG in SRM Institute, and total teaching experience is more than 10 years in UG and PG teaching. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request the HOD of Physiology, who is an inspiration to all of us, Dr. Janet Berlin-Raj, sir, to introduce the eminent faculties of the Physiology Department.
A very good afternoon. It's an immense pleasure to stand in front of you on this auspicious day and introduce my team to you. I always used to say, without my team, we are nothing. What we do in the department is teamwork, purely teamwork. To introduce, we have Dr. Jay Ganesh, who could not turn up today because of administrative work. He's professor in the department. Next, we have Dr. Richa, who is also the professor who is stuck in administrative work today. And we have Dr. Shobana, associate professor in the department. Madam is also the deputy director of Medical Simulation Center, which I told you in the class that we will be utilizing those labs for teaching and training you in skills lab in skills. Then we have Dr. Niklesh, associate professor, soon to be professor. Sir is very much interested in research. You can take his guidance, and he's also in charge for the research lab in the Department of Physiology. We have Dr. Devi Nithya, associate professor. Her field of interest has been cardiovascular physiology. You can always seek her guidance. Then we have Dr. Nalini, an associate professor from the Department of Physiology. Dr. Nalini is very much interested in medical educations. So you can see that most of the curriculum in the Department of Physiology will be delivered as per the basis of medical education. And she will also have certain roles. She has also designed certain interesting learning methodology for you to understand the physiology much better. Then we have Dr. Vasantan, and yes, he is assistant professor in the Department of Physiology. He is also the assistant controller of examination. A very kind and very approachable teacher for you. We have Aruna, Dr. Aruna, assistant professor in the Department of Physiology. Again, so friendly faculty for you. She will be in charge for practical sessions. Again, we have planned certain new methodologies this year so that you can understand practical physiology and correlate with theory this time. We have Dr. Niveda, the assistant professor from the Department of Physiology. Madam will be in charge for early clinical exposures. You will be learning contextual physiology better with few of the strategies she has planned this year. We have Dr. Ajit Kumar. He's a senior resident and also an alumni. He has a class today, so he could not turn up now. And last but not the least, we have Dr. Manigandan. Manigandan is tutor in the Department of Physiology. Sir will be handling most of your practical sessions when it comes for hematology practicals. Thank you from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Remember, each chapter you learn today is going to save someone's life tomorrow. I kindly request a respected Dean Sir, Professor C.K. Bose, an gynecologist, an eminent academician, and a good listener to deliver a speech on the significance of this white coat ceremony.
Very good afternoon to you all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Subhash Chandra Parija, Professor Ravinsan Smile, Emeritus Professor of Surgery, my colleague, Vice Principal Curriculum, CP Ganesh Babu Sir, and Padmavati, Vice Principal Student Affairs, heads of the Department of the Preclinical Department, DMS, Emergency Medicine, Dr. Tiruvarur, and other professors present here. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all to this solemn occasion of this white coat ceremony. We must understand why we are gathered here today. All of you know that many profession has their unique identity in the form of uniform, right? Just to name few, the police people, they wear khaki, lawyers, they wear black, firefighters, they wear red. Why we use white coat, right? There is certain things behind it. The white coat, the importance of the white coat goes back to the year 1880s or the previous itself, right? Basically, as you know, the white coat, before the medical people used, it was used by the scientists in the laboratory for the research work. And these scientists, normally what you can say, the earlier days, they tried to prove the medicine what the physician prescribed was useless. So in that way, as you know, the physicians of the olden days, they lost their repute. The student law, people lost their faith on them, and in fact they are blamed and punished by the then rulers. After that, what you can say, the physicians or the doctors of the yesteryears, they thought, okay, let us become a scientist. So they started practicing science, and after that, as you know, the evidence-based science or the medical science took birth. And finally, as you know, they also started using this white coat in the laboratory. And finally, that became a hallmark of this profession. Although it was the doctors turned scientists used this white coat, but it was not that much of use. Of late, I think around in 1880, this was prescribed, or this was formally used by the medical professions, right? Or the physicians, they started using, those who try to become the scientist. And as you know, the white, it signifies a lot of things as a whole, right? So it says about the peace, it says about the goodness, cleanliness, calmness, right? And basically, by the physicians, when it was used with a commitment to do no harm. That is what the things. And of late, that's what you can say, of late, the white coat or the white color became a identity of this healthcare profession. Having said that, the importance of the white color in the medical profession, because as you know, like when you go to near a patient will be in agony. He needs a lot of comfort, lot of compassion from you. So that gives itself, the color white gives itself what he wants from you. And as I told you, like white signifies the identity of this healthcare professional. Then why this white coat ceremony? Although the use of white coat was not new, but the white coat ceremony was of late, I think it started only in 1989 by the Pritzker School of Medicine of Chicago University. Of late, this white coat ceremony is celebrated in many of the health professional educations or the courses during their entry into this course. So basically, why we celebrate this white coat ceremony is to make you understand the responsibility bestowed upon you and the expectation of the society associated with this white attire, right? It's like a what you can say, with white coat, it gives you the power of a Spider-Man. As you know that Spider-Man without dress is totally helpless, right? So when you wear this white coat, wherever you go, you will be identify a doctor. Many people still, even though what you can say other allied health sciences uses this white coat, but still preferably everybody will be approaching you as a doctor, expecting a professionalism or the professional behavior from you. So hope you will utilize the power bestowed upon you by this white coat and will not let the dignity go down. Thank you.
Thank you for that, sweet sir. It was very enlightening. An oath taken in a medical profession is not to the self, but a promise to the society. With this, I would like to welcome Professor Robinson Smile, Emeritus Professor of General Surgery, a renowned surgeon and a man of great wisdom with always a charming smile. I kindly request you, sir, to administer the Charak Shapat.
Hearty welcome to all of you and congratulations for joining this institute for your MBBS course. Previously, it used to be Hippocrates oath everybody used to take. That's been changed recently to Charaka's oath. So I'll read and after every word you repeat after me. And your right hand on your chest on the left side. And stand up. Faculty. And the first line after I, you say your name. Can you wear your white coat? I hope you have a copy of this. Everybody has? The first line after I, you tell your name loudly, okay? O Duchi, I, facing the east, presence of the lamp, holy fire, and learned people, take the oath that during the period of study, I shall live a life of self-control, piety, and discipline, submitting myself to my Guru with complete dedicated feeling. I shall act like a son for his welfare and happiness. My action shall be guarded, service-oriented, and free from indiscipline and envy. In my dealings, I shall be patient, obedient, humble, constantly contemplative, and calm. I shall aim my full efforts and ability towards the desired goal of my Guru. As a physician, in order to gain success and fame and earn money, I shall always use my knowledge for the welfare of living mankind. I shall always be ready to help patients, even though I am extremely busy and tired. I shall not harm any patient for the sake of money or selfish gain, nor shall I entertain a desire for other women. Immorality should not be figured even in my thoughts. My dress ought to be decent, yet impressive, and personally confidence inspiring. I shall always use sweet, pure, appropriate, pleasant, truthful, beneficial, and polite words, and using my past experience. I shall act keeping in mind the time and the place. I shall constantly endeavor to accomplish the newest development of knowledge. I shall treat a woman only in the presence of her husband or a near relative. When examining a patient, my discretion, attention, and senses should be concentrated on the cure of the disease. I shall not make propaganda about the confidential matters regarding patients and their family. Though an authority, I shall not display my knowledge and skill egoistically, as by it, even near ones may feel insulted. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor S.G. Parija, a renowned microbiologist, able administrator, and a visionary leader, to deliver the special address.
Good afternoon. Esteemed Professor Sithish Ghosh, Dean MGMCRI, my colleague, good friends of last so many decades, Professor Vincent Smile, Emeritus Professor of General Surgery MGMCRI, Professor C.P. Ganesh Babu, Vice Principal Curriculum, Professor Padmavati, Vice Principal Student Affairs in MGMCRI, and all esteemed heads of the departments of anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, and respected faculties, and above all, my dear students. At the outset, on my behalf, on behalf of the entire fraternity of Sri Balaji Vidyapith and our Chancellor, Sri M.K. Rajgopalan, I extend a hearty welcome to you all to this very unique and interesting program, that is White Coat Ceremony for medical students, and especially for you, batch of 2021. You must be very much proud, delighted, and happy to enter to this noble profession of medicine. You should be, but at the same time, it comes with responsibilities towards your colleagues, towards your parents, towards patients and their relatives. And that is one of the components why, as Dr. Sitish Ghosh, your dean, told in 1989, this concept of white coat ceremony was initially introduced in health institutions and has been followed even in our universities. I wish to share some of my thoughts so that you must understand the importance of this white coat. It has many significance. One and foremost being, when you put on a white coat, an attire, that changes your personality. It, as a medical profession, it gives you dignity, it gives you respect, and you are well recognized by patients and their relatives who will come to seek for your help, their treatment to you. So please give respect to all the dress code, because when you are dealing with human life, no other profession deals. In practical sense, in the hospital, when patients and relatives come, how they will identify that they are going to a doctor? First and foremost being, when they see a white coat on the doctors, they feel confident. And that dress dignity is everywhere in all the professions. Any professions you see in your day-to-day life, in our police, frontline workers, they have a dress code. And anywhere. So this dress code also gives a recognition in your service while you do your job in the professions. You are just beginning your career, your professions, and a long way to go. But please remember, while you are on duties, while you are on job, try to put on this attire and try to be as much responsible as a doctor. Thank you. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you for your valuable words, sir. Now, as this prestigious ceremony comes to an end, I request our Vice Principal Students Affairs, Dr. Padmavati Shanmuganathan, to deliver the oath of address.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, eminent faculties, proud parents who have joined us online, and my dear students, it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion of yours. It's our honor to accord a hearty thanks to our beloved Chancellor, Sri M.K. Rajagopalan, for his able leadership and support throughout. My heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Subhash Chandra Parija, for giving his valuable address to the beginners of this year. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to Professor Robinson Smile for delivering the Charak Oath to the newcomers and giving them a good start. Thank you, sir. I thank our Dean, sir, Medical Superintendent, Vice Principal Curriculum, and GM Administration for their constant and invaluable support. I thank all the parents who have joined us online. During this proud moment of yours, I wish you all a great and successful future, and always remember these quotes, my dear students. My white coat represents my ability to make a difference. So try to build your future in a better way and help the society. And also remember another important quote, my white coat means compassion and collaboration. Along with this, build your self-confidence and you definitely can succeed in your future. Okay. I also wish to express my gratitude to the administrative functionaries, heads of the constituent colleges of SBV, directors of centers of SBV, and esteemed faculty members who have joined us here. I would like to thank Ms. Sujita and Ms. Pooja for being the MC of today's event. I also thank Dean of his staff, technical personnel from IT department, lecture hall in charge, and all others who have helped us to make this event a great success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request all to stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे